Greetings. My name is Justin Tran, and I am an assistant professor in the Mechanical Engineering Department at Cal State Fullerton. I wanted to take a minute just to share my thoughts and feelings on the upcoming strike, using my own words and my own face. Just so you know, it's me. In short, I will be going on strike next week to protest the wage increases that the CSU has imposed on all our faculty. Our union has been asking for a 12% raise to bring our salaries back in line with inflation, all the inflation that we've been seeing over the past few years. But the CSU has only offered a 5% raise, saying that there's no budget for further increases. On the surface, this makes sense, and this seems very responsible, since it's usually not a good idea to operate your organization in the red, with more expenses than revenue, and so that's something I can understand. And honestly, I would be more sympathetic to the budget situation if our leadership hadn't taken some very significant raises over the last few years. So just a couple examples, campus presidents have seen 30% raises over the last couple years, and our system chancellor, the person that runs this, the whole CSU, their salary has increased by 30% twice over the last few years. In that same time span, the salaries for the faculty and staff have not kept up with inflation, and that's also coupled with the fact that they're planning on raising tuition very significantly over the next few years. I think the exact number is about 34% by the end of 5 years. It's about 6% per year, compounding. So to me, when you look at all these facts, it seems like the CSU has less of a budget problem and more of a leadership problem. When you ask everyone in your organization to sacrifice except for yourself, I'm sorry, but that's just bad leadership, and there's nothing else to really call it. I'll never forget the feeling of being in the middle of the pandemic, when so many of our students and staff and faculty were struggling with their health, physical health, mental health, job security, and inflation's kind of running all over the place, rising the price of housing, food, all of our essentials. And the CSU looked at that situation and they saw that, or what they said was that, you know what, you know who really needs help right now? Let's give a raise to the people who make the most money in our system. Let's give 30% raises to our campus presidents, chancellors, all of our top level executives, not the students, not the faculty, all of the leadership. They're the only ones that kind of have been able to stay ahead of inflation, unlike the rest of us. Things like this really kind of show where the priorities of our CSU leadership lie. And I'm going on strike primarily to tell our leadership, the chancellor's office, the board of trustees, our campus presidents, that they need to do better. They need to do better by the people that they serve. And unfortunately, the ultimate losers in this whole situation, in this whole strike and the labor dispute, are the students. And for myself, I wanted to apologize for the disruption that this is going to cause in your education. I love what I do, and I love being able to be part of my students' educational journeys. Watching students succeed and flourish and kind of come into their own and have great careers, is really special to me, and it's something that always will be really special to me. But at the same time, sometimes it feels like that this love, that this feeling is taken advantage of by the CSU. You can kind of draw an analogy to like an abusive relationship. It's a situation where your partner takes things from you, takes money from you, but when you ask to have your own needs met, when you ask to get more, they gaslight you and they make you feel bad about it. But at the end of the day, no matter all of that, you stay in the relationship, you stay in it for the kids, and I want to make it really clear that, this is something that I really want to do. It's something that I want to continue doing, to be an instructor at the college level, to be part of my students' educational journeys. This is something I want to do for as long as I can, because this is something that I'm really passionate about. And I'm hoping that this protest does at least a little bit to let our leadership know that, they need to do better, right? So that's it. I just want to say, thank you for your time. Thank you for your understanding. And for my students, I will see you guys after the strike.